I'd say the majority of the Meskula leads in the areas that we're targeting, the price points are anywhere from 700,000 to 1.5 million. Most of the homes are that I've met, at least people reaching out, are in need of repair. We're focused on areas where people, are thinking about moving. And so I've had really good success so far. As far as commissions are concerned, we earn a normal commission on the first two transactions. So total sales actually closed has been about 1.5 million roughly. So 2.5% of 1.5 million. That's like, you can do the math. It's 30 plus about another 7. So yeah, about a little under $40,000 in gross commissions earned. And then we'll have another 2.5% listing at about $1,150,000. The first property we sold was for $729,000, and that's going to be rehabbed and sold for around $1,100,000 to $1,150,000. So I'd say all in all, we're probably nearing the $60,000 mark by the time it's all said and done in the first 6 months with the company.
I am really, really excited today because we have Scott Ryan joining us today for a client spotlight interview. And Scott, before we dive in, I would really like for you to let us know a little bit about who you are, maybe what you specialize in real estate, where you're from, and all that good stuff.
Great. My name is Scott Ryan. I work with the Ryan Real Estate Group. I've been in real estate for my 23rd year. We are out of San Diego, California, sunny San Diego. We primarily focus in the luxury space. So I'd say the core of my business is focused on selling luxury real estate. One of the reasons why I reached out to Meskula was, initially our luxury listings take longer to sell and we needed some more infill of like more reasonable priced properties that, your everyday properties that can sell quickly, because our average price point is about close to $4 million. And some of those properties can stretch up to 20 million. So those properties take time to sell, as you know. And so Meskula has been absolutely fantastic. We've just closed. Right now, I have my second listing in escrow with Meskula, and we've been with you guys a little over 6 months, I believe, maybe 7 months now. The first listing that we got, actually, we sold to one of our own investors. That property is currently being rehabbed, and we'll be coming back on the market for my third Meskula listing probably next month. So, yeah, things are rocking and rolling, and we're really enjoying the process so far.
That's amazing, Scott. Some agents might just say you're living the realtor's dream over there with those price points, although not very easy to sell, as you said. So I guess I'd be curious to know if you have one listing in, you're working on the second one and looking at a third one now. What are we talking about in terms of price points and commission for those? Like, what are you saying?
So the Meskula, I'd say the majority of the Meskula leads in the areas that we're targeting, the price points are anywhere from 700,000 to like 1.5 million. Most of the homes that I've met, at least people reaching out, are in need of repair. We're focused on areas where people, are thinking about moving. And so I've had really good success so far. As far as commissions are concerned, we earn a normal commission on the first two transactions. So total sales actually closed has been about 1.5 million roughly. So 2.5% of 1.5 million. That's like, you can do the math. It's 30 plus about another 7. So yeah, about a little under $40,000 in gross commissions earned. And then we'll have another 2.5% listing at about $1,150,000. The first property we sold was for $729,000, and that's going to be rehabbed and sold for around $1,100,000 to $1,150,000. So I'd say all in all, we're probably nearing the $60,000 mark by the time it's all said and done in the first 6 months with the company.
Yeah, I was going to say in less than a year. That's really amazing, Scott. And I do want to say that while I've been here for a while and I know what the company and what we can do, I've also been a witness to the fact that the program is not going to work itself. Whatever happens and whatever success you do have is a direct outcome of the effort that you also put into it. That's not a secret. So big shout out your way. It shows that you are definitely doing what you need to be doing, and therefore you are seeing the success. So yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Now,
thank you.
For sure, for sure. One thing I do have to bring up, and I kind of want to dive into a little bit, is you are no newbie, right? You've been in the business for what, over 20 years now?
Yep. This is
So
year 23.
year 23, man. Congrats on that as well. And what I want to know is a little bit about, you said before, right? Why you joined Meskula and all of that. But I am curious to know a little bit about your experience when it comes to online lead generation versus, the all the other attraction methods that realtors have out there. So are you seeing this process that you're having with Meskula as something that has shifted your business in any way, that has impacted it positively? Like, what are you seeing and what do you project with our partnership that we're seeing here?
Yeah, I would say that the way that I've initially built my career was off of doing open house, belly to belly, face to face, negotiations and introductions, referrals, of course. When you do great business, you need to constantly be asking for referrals. So I think that's the core of our business. And obviously, in the last 20 years, like, I know a lot of agents have bought advertising on Zillow, and there's all these different lead programs. I've given a number of them a try over the years, and I just never felt like any of them were any good. So, of course, I was a little reluctant at first, but I saw your social media ad, of all things, and clicked on it. And what really had me sold with Meskula was the guarantees that they offered us if the program didn't work out. And then once we dove in and saw the information and saw, I mean, I think I've been on at least 6 to 8 listing appointments. Now, look, not all these people were ready to list right then, right? But these are
Right.
people that we now put in our pipeline and we are constantly in contact with, of checking in on them, what's going on. Some people just want to remodel. Some people are thinking about selling in the next year or whatever it is. But what I would really loved about the process is that the information was vetted and it was real. Like that does a lot of times, you get bogus phone numbers, or you get bogus emails, or you call the person, oh, I didn't call that. Well, with the layers and the checkpoints that Meskula has built into their software, that these people's information is real and you can cross-reference it very easily. So we've been doing that. And again, not everybody is a seller I'll just admit, not everyone that comes through the Meskula system is a seller. Some people just want to know what the value of their home is and don't want to go to Zillow. Some people are doing estate planning, like their relatives just died and they need to get a valuation to give to the estate attorney. Other people, I'd say at least 60% of them, are clicking on that button for a reason. They're thinking about selling, whether they want to admit that or not. There's a reason why they're clicking on this. And so we've tried to do the best job we can of getting in touch with people. And if we don't, we try again. I have my team working these leads constantly, even leads from the very beginning that didn't work out. I'm having them call those leads. Hey, you know, a new thing for the new year is, hey, we understand you asked for a CMA or asked for home valuation last year. We're calling back to check in with you. Has your situation changed? Here's what's going on in your current marketplace, and offering as much value as we can.
Like years back, whenever I started getting into the real estate space and into the online lead space, I think that's one of the things I found very interesting to see, and that helped me help more realtors back when that was my direct position. It was like understanding that not all leads will convert, so that's why we have numbers, that's why you have metrics to hit. But then at the same time, understanding that not all leads will convert now, which leads us to what you were just sharing. And actually, you're really good at this interview, Scott. And I was going to ask, aside from the listings we have, you also have potentials in your pipeline, right? Is what you were sharing.
Sure,
Like you also have
100%.
potential. And I think that's the beauty of paid ads, consistent lead flow, consistent pipeline being built. It's not just business for now, but it's business for now, business for later. And even what you were saying, whatever person you end up working with now is going to potentially lead you to a referral, right? That is bound to happen. So, and that also, comes from the great work you do as a realtor. But that's what I find exciting about like paid ads in this case. And
Yeah.
yeah, like I guess just kind of confirming what I've said, is that kind of what you've also noticed on your end?
Yeah, what I'm tasking my team with now is, because I'll share with you, like, the leads are so frequent, and there's so much information to deal with that, like, if you don't have a follow-up system, it can be a challenge to know what to do with all this information, right? Every realtor is always about the here and the now and the next deal. And like, okay, like even today, I'm like, I've got a client coming down from out of town. I could shoved everything aside. I went and checked out this off market property. They're coming down tomorrow to check it out. Like, I put all the Meskula stuff on the back burner this morning just to go deal with that one client. So we're constantly moving. So to have structure and organization within your group and your team, the leads are constant. I'll tell you that much. And you need to know, like, even if they're not good at that time, you need to know what to do with that information and how to organize it for the future. So right now I'm tasking my team is to go through every single lead that we've had, even from the very beginning, even for the people that said no, get them back in our database, send them updated CMAs to their properties. It's funny. I just got a buyer lead on one of my other lead sources through my website in Poway. And so I was rapping with my business partner about it. He's like, you should call this gal Tammy, who was a Meskula lead. He forwarded me the email. She has the perfect property, the perfect match for this buyer. So as soon as I get off the call with you, I'm calling that old Meskula lead, and I'm going to say, listen, I just got off the phone with this buyer. They're pre-approved to 1.5 million. Your house is exactly the type of property they're looking for. I know you asked for a CMA. Are you consider selling? Because I got a buyer that might want to buy your property, you know? So this is how you like marry, and you kind of pivot and you move and you figure out how to put deals together. And you get a whiteboard going, and you have these lists of all these people set aside. Okay, here's what we got going with these Meskula leads. Who has a match for these potential listings, you know? Because as sellers, right, you got to remember, a lot of these people you call are, and it's twofold, right? I've met the two people I've sold have been in financial despair and needed to sell. Other people are thinking about selling, but want to get top dollar or what have you. But what people want the most of is they want information and they want items of value. What value can I provide other than just being the realtor who wants to list your property, right? Well, here's value. I'm bringing you a $1.5 million buyer that may be interested in buying your property now. Does that sound good to you? Oh yeah, that sounds great. So you kind of have to constantly be offering something other than just, hey, my name is Scott and I got your information and I want to list your property. It doesn't work that way, right? The two people that I just recently helped, they were these were elderly women in their probably 70s. Late 70s, the other one is in their late 60s. They've been living in the same property for 30 years, almost borderline hoarding kind of situations. I mean, crying on my shoulder, right? Type stuff. And I've helped them get out of their bad situations into a better place. So there's a lot that goes into it, and we've been very happy with the program so far.
That's wonderful. Scott, I want to thank you for sharing all of that, because I really believe that highlights what I don't know if you've heard us talk about this. It is literally the program you signed on to, but it's a CSU agent. And what that kind of embodies, a 7-figure CSU agent. And I think it goes beyond numbers. It goes beyond just like cashing in or whatever, cashing out, whatever you were sharing. It goes into being very human. I think that is one of the things that I find super just valuable. And I really appreciate about some of our coaches, but specifically Barry Jenkins, which I really value. I don't know if you've had the chance to jump on those coaching sessions at all, but
I've jumped on one. I need to do more. I swear, I got one of you guys is no longer at the company. Like, brought me in, sent me a coaching video that I watched on Facebook, and it was the big top producer out of Canada. I forget the guy's name, but I just listened to his I listened to his pitch. Because when we first started the program, I was like, man, do I jump in on these leads right away, or do I let the AI do its thing? I've seen a mixture of both, right? I've had AI literally set appointments that have worked out great, and there's been times where we jumped in and worked out great, and then it's been the opposite. Sometimes you jump in too late, or sometimes they get pissed off with the AI. There's a number of different ways to do it, right? So, but when I listened to this guy's pitch about how to talk to these people, it clicked with me. This is how you talk to these people. You know what I mean? Basically, you reached out to us. I'm reaching back out to you to satisfy your inbound request. You reached out to us. Do you have a couple minutes to chat? And so just hearing how other people handle it helped me coach my team. It helped me the way I talk to these folks, and it's helped our conversion rate for sure.
That's amazing. One thing I want to pick up from what you were sharing before, Scott, is the value item. I think that a lot of agents, unfortunately, don't see as much success as we would love for them to see, but that is because we're not providing that value that you were speaking about. That is what people are looking for, to be guided and to find value in what we're offering. So I think you're doing that very well, which your results come to show. And now I don't want you, just bragging about how much you love Meskula, but I do want to ask, out of working with us, out of the things that we do provide, which, mainly is support, community, coaching, which I know you said you need more to hop on more, but what are the things that you actually like the most or love the most about working with us so far?
I would say that the consistency of the leads coming through is what I like the most, right?
Yep.
Having the ability to constantly have those leads that I can give to my team or call myself, knowing that there's always going to be, whether it's each day or every other day or whatever it is, there's something hitting my phone, hitting my text message, letting me know that there's something, and there's creates an opportunity for us almost on a daily basis, which I think that's what every agent wants, right? Not all of them are going to work out, but the fact that you have those opportunities each and every day, you feel like you're getting your money's worth when you're seeing this information come through. So I'd say that's my favorite part about it.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I think I would feel the same. I guess we are coming to an end with this interview, and I am just really I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna kiss ass either. I think it's one of my favorite interviews I've had so far. So thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. You're like literally giving me the questions I'm about to ask, so I love it. Now I do want to ask this before we go. Two last things. What was the biggest fear? Because I know from a few notes I saw previously in your sales process that there were a few things that happened with previous companies to us. So what was the biggest fear as you were looking to, do I say yes or no to Meskula?
I mean, I guess with any like lead generation system, you're investing a lot of money, right? And so I guess the fear is always like, look, are the leads real? Is the information real? Is this going to be a big time waster, right? Um, there's a lot of lead systems out there that where like the leads are getting sent to multiple agents. I hate that stuff. It's like a fight for like information to get to one client, right? So like
Yeah.
with Meskula, these leads are specific, they're timely, they give you a lot of information about these people, and if you get to them quickly, like you're most of the time you're going to end up talking to somebody real, and whether or not that person is going to be wanting to sell right now or down the road or not at all, that's fine. But um, my fears are really taken away by the guarantee that Meskula offered us, which was, look, if you don't get at least one listing in the first year, like you're going to get all of your money back plus $1,000. And I was like, how can I say no to that? And I don't know if that's
Yeah.
still your guys's deal or not. But when I spoke to the guy and he told me that and it's written in the contract, I was like, you know what? This guy seems legit. This company seems legit. Like, I was able to see there was another realtor in San Diego doing business. They had closed a couple deals, but I'm a firm believer. I'll tell you, I'm a firm believer. I am proof in the pudding that this system works. And to be honest with you, we are, I built a really fancy website. I won't name the company, but like their leads that are coming to the website are not as good as Meskula leads. So we're going to cut off all the money that we've invested in the monthly spend on my own personal website. And I'm going to be upping my ad spend this year with Meskula because I'm a firm believer that these leads are way more valuable than anything else that I can spend money on.
That is huge. That is huge, right? And I'm not gonna lie, feeling a little shivery over here. That means that you have a lot of trust into this, and I don't know why you wouldn't. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Now my last question, and you get to also ask or share anything that you'd want. But my last question is, considering what you just shared, considering your experience and what you were thinking before joining us, and now that you have joined us, is there anything that you would say, or what would you say to an agent either considering joining Meskula or joining for the first time some kind of ads, online ad, a company, coaching? What would you say to a person like that?
I just don't want the secret to get out. I'll be honest with you. No, I would say that to any agent who's looking to invest in this kind of lead system, like go in with blind faith, because I did, and I know it's kind of it is it's not cheap, I'll tell you that much, but it's not going to break the bank. And if you're any sort of producing agent with any like medium level of skill set on how to convert and how to talk to people on the phone, you're going to do very well with the system. If you're a new agent who doesn't know how to convert, doesn't know how to handle objections, doesn't know how to like ask the right questions, come from a place of being helpful versus a salesperson, it could be a challenging system. But I would say for the agent that's producing and doing well, it's an incredible opportunity that no one should throw to the side, because as I said, we've had good success so far with it. I'm looking forward to really honing in and converting the rate of leads even more than we have been.